Coach, much different day to day. Yesterday, it seemed like you couldn't throw strikes, and today pitching kept you in the game until the bats got going. How would you kind of assess the day?
Really good job on the mound. I thought Landon Garvin gave us a great start and just pitched. And they had a lot of ground balls, just kept finding holes. But he pitched out innings and gave us a chance to win. And then our bullpen was great today. A lot of young guys got to get out there in big moments, and we had 4 new guys out there today. They all pitched great.
What'd you think of Ross behind the plate?
But he was good. He was good. I mean, he can really throw. So, against that team, that probably going to be one of the better stolen base teams in the country. They exposed us yesterday, but I thought he was really good today.
You made some changes in the lineup too. What was your thought process behind that, and what brought us to today?
We had to get Ross in there, and I wanted to be a little better defensively at first. So left Hunter out today, but I don't plan on that being out there much. I mean, Hunter's one of our best players. I just, I got to get his feet wet at first base a little bit. And this is a unique team, the way they run, the way they vault lead. So that's all it was. And then Bryce Chance, Hunter was our DH last year, but Bryce Chance is the hottest guy I had for the first 2 days. So it's just tough decisions. I'm going to have them all year because I have probably 13 or 14 really good hitters that we're going to have to rotate around.
Chuck, with new guys coming in, kind of getting acclimated to playing at the dude, what was it about Amani that seems like he's real comfortable and obviously had the weekend that he had?
In recruiting, everybody told us Monty is just okay in practice, but he's really good in the games. And I turned to Cheese about halfway through the day yesterday, and I said, I guess they were right. He's a gamer. I mean, he's a really good player, great kid, works hard, and had a great weekend all around.
You mentioned yesterday you trotted some guys out there that perhaps didn't look comfortable.
Yeah.
But it seemed like Durangelo and Bradley both, as true freshmen making a debut, looked especially comfortable.
Yeah.
How would you kind of assess where they are in relation to your expectations?
They were great. They've both been good all year long. We're going to use them a lot. We're just trying to figure out the right spot to put them in. We were thinking about getting them one this weekend because we have the 2 midweeks. I didn't realize it'd be as tight as moments as they got in there, but I thought they both competed well and pounded the strike zone. And I think Lowe slept on his wrist a little bit, so he will still throw left-handed, but his wrist was bothering him a little bit. So getting him back out there and being able to use both hands will be huge.
I know yesterday was tough, but just assess the series as a whole and how you think you got started this season.
Yeah, a lot of good things. Yesterday's just, losing's one thing. Losing when you're up 10-1 at home, that's a hard one. And I've told our kids from the get-go, we're going to be tested. We needed to play a game like this today. We needed to play a tough, hard-nosed game. And those guys played well. I mean, they didn't give us anything. We had to earn everything, and I think our team needed this. So, Friday, obviously, we played really well. I thought we played well today, and hopefully we learned a lot about ourselves and we can learn from it and get better.
With Landon, I think it was the 3rd inning where he had given up a couple runs with the infield singles and whatnot. Is he a guy that when he comes back in the dugout, do you have to say anything to him that he could just kind of understand what the situation was?
He's just calm and cool. He's the old guy. I mean, he's one of our older veterans. He's married. So I mean, it's he's just pitched and won a lot of games. I thought he had the win. I gave him the shirt today for the win, and Lowe smiled at me later and said, "No, Coach, I got it." So I said, "Oh." He don't talk to me much, but he was happy he got the win. So, but that's Gart. I mean, it's not explosive, but he knows how to pitch, and he just keeps you in a game. He just doesn't ever get sped up.
You say a lot of lessons to be learned from this entire series in general. What about this group of guys is it that you can bounce back from blowing the lead you did yesterday to having the game that you did today?
Yeah, and it was a little tight. I mean, that group, they're all new, so there's a pressure on them a little bit. We have so many transfer guys, new guys, pitchers, and a lot of times when you throw a lot of strikes early in a series, it kind of goes through the whole thing. And then yesterday kind of went off the tracks for us, and so I think they learned a lot about themselves today. And even the guys that went out there yesterday and didn't play great, I think they learned a lot. Just playing here, playing in front of a big crowd, you have to get used to it. And but I told them this morning, I said, it seems to be they went out there and pitched pretty good in front of a big crowd. So you gotta be able to understand that, and you gotta embrace it.
Good to see, Calhoun, a guy who's kind of a veteran now, getting going a couple of months today.
Yeah, it was after he got picked off, I was ready to put him over there by me. So he redeemed himself with a couple of those homers. They were some big, and that's what he can do. It reminds me in 21, having a guy like that, and he's not in your first couple hitters, but he can hurt you at any time. I mean, the first one was, I don't even know how far that was. They tell you TrackMan or
451. I think
451. That's impressive.
451.
With the 5 games coming up this week, do you know what you want to do with your pitching in the midweek yet?
We have to assess it. I mean, we have to look at everything. I don't think we know right now. It'll probably be a lot of spot, 2 or 3 innings here and there, trying to keep everybody fresh for the weekend. 5 games opening week is a little tough.
Landon, Coach was just, talking about your performance, how pleased he was with it. When you had that, third inning, you gave a couple runs with, the infield singles and whatnot. I guess what's kind of, going through your head of understanding that, they weren't really hard hit balls and not getting frustrated, I guess, with the outcome.
Just to keep throwing strikes, keep doing what I'm doing, and trust my offense that they'll get some hits, put some swings on balls, and score some runs.
It seemed like the second time through the order, you were able to spot up that change a lot more effectively. How were you able to kind of keep them off of that?
Just throw it. I don't know. I throw it, and they seem to swing over the top of it most of the time.
Kellum, a couple big tanks for you today. Both of them leading off innings. Kind of what was your approach there at that point in the ball game? Just trying to get a swing on one, or how would you describe it?
I was just trying to put good swings on some pitches. I wasn't trying to do too much.
The one that left the stadium, can you take us through the at-bat, what you saw there?
I knew he was a 2-pitch guy, and I saw what I think I saw something like during his warm-ups that helped me, and I told myself that if I saw it, I'd put a good swing on it, and he threw me a good pitch. So.
Kellen Lamonis kind of joked that he was ready to pull you after you got picked off. I guess how do you kind of bounce back after making a mistake like that?
I was frustrated, not only with that, but yesterday I made another base runner mistake, and the game came down to 1 run yesterday, and that was a pretty big, crucial moment for us. And then I did that. I made another stupid mistake today, so I was pretty hard on myself after that because that's not like me. I'm an old guy. I'm supposed to know what to do in those situations, and for me to mess up twice, it's frustrating. You feel like you let the team down in pretty big moments. But I told myself I'd have an opportunity to get it back and help us win. So.
Lynn, I guess how much confidence did you have, in some of the younger guys coming in, after you came out of the game, for them to come into that environment and pitch the way they did?
I had a lot of confidence. I mean, all these guys are really talented, and I don't think they really let the environment get to them. They just got up there and did what they know how to do and have done their whole lives.
Landon, a lot of talk about the clock these days. All this change with the clock, the action clock for the hitters. We've had a pitch count clock for a while. How much of that matters, and is it a distraction, and do you think some guys are kind of struggling with that as we adjust?
I don't really think it's a big change. I mean, I've always worked fast, so it doesn't really bother me, but for a slower guy, it might be something he has to change around or tweak a little bit, but for most guys, it shouldn't really be that big of a problem.
Kellen, can you talk about the series in general? Good bounce back win today. Just kind of assess the whole weekend.
Yeah, it's frustrating. Losing just in general is frustrating for me. I was visibly upset yesterday after losing, but we played good Friday, didn't play as good Saturday, and VMI is a good team, and they took advantage of our mistakes. And today we came out, and in the meetings before the game, the coaches went over and they were like, yesterday's yesterday. We got to come out and we got to win a series today. So I think everybody kind of put that in the past because nobody wants to lose tough games like that, but everybody put that behind us, and we came out ready to play today. So,
Coach Lamonis had said, coming into the season, you were one of the guys that he looked at as a leader on this team. I guess did you say anything to the team specifically, or I guess what's kind of your leadership style in a moment?
I think that's the great thing about this team is that not everybody on the team needs a big leader to get in their face and tell them what to do. I think that everybody on the team understands what we're about and what we go through every day. I think that everybody on the team has put in a lot of work for this season. I think that everybody on the team knows what we want to do today, tomorrow, and through the rest of the whole year. We want to win. So I don't think that I had to say anything. I don't think that Hammer had to say anything. I think that everybody knew that yesterday that isn't acceptable. We can't play like that and expect to win. And I think that we went home and kind of everybody just kind of cleared it, and we came out today wanting to get a win. So,
after last year's Long Beach State series, just how much confidence do you think you can give this team just getting an opening series win?
Yeah, I mean it's awesome getting wins. Like I said, winning leads to more wins because you get a little bit of confidence with just hitters and pitchers and everybody. Everybody likes to win, so when we get an opening series win, it's always good.
Lane, did you feel any pressure to come out and set the tone after yesterday?
No, we were just trying to play our game. We've been through a lot through the fall and through our spring practices, and we know what we're capable of. And we were just kind of like, hey, we just got to come back, play again tomorrow, and it'll be all right. We just got to play hard all 9 innings.